You've probably noticed over the past couple of years that there's been a proliferation of plugs on the market for grafting. Um, all I can really say to that initially is buyer beware. Not all plugs are the same. If we look at, and we've talked about OsteoGen plugs, and you know the technology that's behind it, the bioactivity, the biomimetric form of the crystals, this is very different from the products that are being sold under a multitude of names in the marketplace right now. And the reality is that most of these plugs are all made by one manufacturer. They're all very similar in makeup. They're made up of about 80% carbonated apatite and 20% bovine collagen. And carbonated apatite is a sintered product. And so that changes this graft material drastically from what an OsteoGen plug is. When we look at these two plugs, they're very, very different in makeup, obviously. The OsteoGen crystals are uniformly distributed throughout the collagen. The carbonated apatite molecules or particulate is very large. Their collagen is also a very loose collagen. And when using these products clinically and they start to get wet and they start to absorb fluids, they become sticky and they become gooey, and the particulate starts to break apart because these particles are very large. And what we end up getting is a product that is very difficult to manage. You try to put it into a socket, it starts to fall apart, and containing these is an issue. And so if you read the instructions for use for all of these products, they all say the same thing, again, because they're manufactured by the same company. But what they'll tell you is that they recommend that a membrane is used in this. And the only reason you would recommend a membrane is if you have something in your graft material that's going to come loose. The other interesting thing when you read the instructions for use for these products is the fact of how long it takes for them to turn over or to break down. And according to the IFUs, it's greater than 6 months before they recommend that you place an implant. And if the product is used in the sinus, they really want you to wait between 9 and 12 months before you come back and do any other treatment in that area. This is due to the fact that it's carbonated apatite, and carbonated apatite is a sintered product. And sintered products take a long time to break down, if they break down at all, and those parts of it that don't break down become encapsulated. So those are one of the biggest issues that come about with these products. The handling of them, as I said, is very different, and they feel different when they're used, and they are not the exact same product. They also don't give you the exact same results. And so my recommendation is make sure you know what you're using, know what type of product you are putting into your patient, and know what the use is, and that you are educated to the point that you know that all of these products are not exactly the same.